Hello everyone, EM Fresh back again with a hopefully exciting one for you. Today I am riding, I'm going to ride to Cheat Lake Beach from Cooper's Rock. And as you well know, this is my hometown, Morgantown, West Virginia. I live here in Cheat Lake. And I'm going to start at the top. You're going to see it come into view here. And where this is the parking lot off, I believe it's 68. And I'm going to just fast forward through most of this here. You've already seen me ride this multiple times in other videos, this first section. And I'm headed to the advanced ski trail. There's a few trees down, as you can see. It kind of, I was kind of shocked to look at my video archive, and I've never shown a video of myself riding down the advanced ski trail, which is what we're going to head on right now. And I'm not going to edit it at all. I'm just going to ride straight down it because it is very fast. And I think I kind of take it for granted because it is a trail, kind of a connector trail to the more advanced trails. But then again, this is an advanced trail in itself. So a lot of hikers will hike this trail down to what is called the Iron Furnace. And so you'll see that once we get to the bottom. You can see here I'm putting some speed on. That speed is not correct. You see it jumping around 15. At some points I'm going about 35 miles per hour. And I should not be going that fast down this, especially during the fall here. There's a lot of loose rock and roots and wet roots underneath these leaves. And but the reason why I'm so confident is because I have just upgraded my fork, and this bike I'm riding is my Turbo Levo 2018, and I've upgraded it from the stock front fork to the Zeb Ultimate by RockShox. And believe it or not, I hardly ever ride this bike anymore. I used to ride it all the time, but since my fitness has increased dramatically, I've been riding the Hightower. And so I decided today to ride this because the Turbo Levo, because yesterday I had, or the day before that, I had gone with Roger and Larry down to Cacapon State Forest, and we rode that, and I was very tired. My legs are tired. Actually, my right knee was sort of bothering me. So I wanted to get down here before all the leaves fell off and show you how beautiful it was. If you've never rode down to the Cheat Lake Beach. And the Cheat Lake Beach is not really a beach. I call it a beach, but and believe it or not, I've never ridden down to it before. So Raj, Larry, and some other riders told me that it's a pretty nice ride. I mean, if you have an e-bike, which I do, it's easy to get down, of course, on any bike, but to get back up, I mean, it is a absolute beast, is what they told me. So this is my first ride down, not the advanced ski trail, but to the Cheat Lake Beach. And so they told me where to go. I plotted on the map, and so I'm headed down. As you can see, at a very fast pace. And no, don't get me wrong, this looks like it's easy, but it's not. It's very steep on the left there. I should be taking it easy. I shouldn't be going that fast, but like I said, I have my Zeb tuned very, very well. This actually feels like I'm floating on it. It's not as it's very plush, just like a sofa, but I mean, I'll be doing no jumps with this or any ramp jumps because it doesn't have a high speed rebound. I'll never do any ramp up jumps with this board. So this is pretty much just a trail ride, and there's 160 millimeters of travel in the Zeb Ultimate on this particular version. And then on my shock, I switched out the crappy shock they give us on the Turbo Levo at the time, because it didn't fit my weight very well. It still doesn't. The stock factory fork with a Bomber CR from Marzucci company here from Germany, and it is a custom built coil because there's no coils that will hold my weight. So the Germans, thank you, have built me a custom coil. It cost a pretty penny. It took a long time to get here, but man, is it make the ride feel so smooth. So so that's what we're doing. I'm just want to tell you about that. And so you could even say this is a riding review of the rear shock, the coil, and then the front fork there. And like I said before, this is just supposedly a relaxing ride down to the beach. You saw the front footage. I wanted to get some pictures down there. I'm using no effort. Even coming back up, I was using no effort. I'm not going to show you any video coming up because it's kind of boring, because it takes, as you can see, it takes me, you're going to see it's going to take me about 20 minutes to get down, and I'm going really fast. So, you know, to get back up, it'll probably take me twice as long, even with the Turbo Levo on full turbo. And then note about that, on full turbo, I'm using no leg power, but your cardio is off the roof. Like, your heart rate will still spike because you're spinning your legs so fast. But the motor, or they call it the pedal assist, is doing all of the heavy lifting, basically. Excuse the pun, heavy leg lifting. So I'm slowing down a bit because I'm afraid there's some trees down. We're almost there. Me and my wife hiked this. A lot of hikers will hike this. To me, it's not really a biking trail, but a lot of advanced bikers, I can almost call myself that, will ride down and up it just for fun. Yeah, because there's a lot of rocks that you have to negotiate through. You can't really, the GoPro doesn't really show them, but the key is just to not ride your brakes, just plow through those, through the rock gardens. And you see here we made it down to the bottom. Okay, you make this left turn and skip these dogs that were pretty good when they started barking. That scared the crap out of me. On the right there, I'm not going to show much of it because there's people there. There's a little pyramid structure. That's the iron furnace, and I will one day show you some pictures of it. If you go on Strava, you'll see me and Roger and Larry. We have our some Strava photos together there. We always, whenever we ride to a landmark, we take pictures, no matter how many times. It's just what we do, just to mark the occasion that we made it. And so, okay, so now I call that first the Vansky Trail to the Iron Furnace, the first descent. And I'm going to skip past a bunch of this. It's kind of flat here. I'm just going to show you the main parts to get to the second descent, and that is coming off of it's called the Ridgeline Trail to Mont Chateau South. So if you're looking for this, you can hit that second descent from the playground area where the overlook is at Cooper's Rock, if you know where that is. So and I just realized too that I've never showed you a video of riding to Ravens Rock, which is another cool overlook at Cooper's Rock. It's not rideable on any type of bike at all, except for this e-bike. I can get through it on the e-bike, but I can't ride it through it on my regular bike just because the rocks are so huge and the boulders are so massive. But if you get speed, the motor, the torque on the Turbo Levo can just propel you over the rocks, kind of like you're on a dirt bike. You know, it just bounces you. You know, you just keep spinning, and you hear the motor just spinning. It's a very nice feeling, a very powerful feeling that you get without actually being on a motorcycle. And your heart rate, you're gonna get a workout. You got a good heart rate, cardio workout, but basically you're using no leg power when it comes to that, to the Turbo Levo. When you have it on full turbo, most of the time I just ride it on 35%, and so I get somewhat of a workout. And to give you a benchmark on the Turbo Levo, this is a 2018. They are way more torque and powerful now since this one came out, and they just perfected on the 2018, perfected pretty much everything, and now they're just adding power. You know, they're almost like motorcycles, you know, when you're riding through these trails and stuff. So, but basically I can ride every single trail in Cooper's Rock without stopping. There's no stopping. Usually if you ride top hill, you stop for 5 minutes or so, you know, because the hill is so steep, but not on the Turbo Levo. And you know, my heart rate's high, 150, 160 when I have it on 35, and you can climb the wall, if you know what that is, all the way to the top without stopping and keep on going. And you know, if I want a good 2-hour workout, 2 hours, less than 2 hours, I can ride every single trail at Philly Rock. So just to give you an idea, on my 2018. Now, if you have, say, anything like 220 or higher, oh my gosh, I wish I had one of those. You could stay out here for probably 6 hours. The battery wouldn't run out or anything. This battery lasts about 2 hours, 215 at Cooper's Rock. You know, it's efficient, but not as efficient as the newer version. So that's pretty much all you need, you know. But it'd be nice, say, if I rode to, like, say, Big Bear, where you have the enduro course, that it would last the whole time. You know, it will run out because those are some rocks and steep areas, and I think it's like 20-30 miles, all the trails there, and just impossible for the Turbo Levo to keep that up. And if the battery runs out on this bike, this is a heavy beast right here. It's like almost 60 pounds or whatever. It doesn't look like it, but it is a heavy bike. And if you try to pedal it without the assist, you could break the chain. I broke a chain a few times because I went out too far, and it just snapped. Just basically snapped, and then you're stuck out. Have to walk 5-10 miles to the nearest rail trailhead or whatever, and then have the wifey come pick me up. Very embarrassing. So the newer ones, you don't have that problem. You can go 6 hours. I know this because I have a friend who has a newer version of these bikes here. All right, so we're headed to the second descent. This is what I call it. And you saw Mont Chateau South. I was just on Mont Chateau North. So we're headed down. This gets pretty gnarly, as they say. And I have not rode this before, but I know from my experience riding with some technical courses, even a downhill like this, to not put your brakes on too hard. You can ride them lightly and then just roll over the rocks. So you can't really see these rocks here, but they're pretty chunky rocks. If you see me like bob and nod, the shock is absorbing, but there's some drop offs and whatnot. It gets pretty tight here, as you can see. On the right there, it's straight down. It's a drop off, and looks like the trail builders here put some bushes and stuff so you don't get vertigo. Vertigo on this trail here. It's tight here. You can't see me. I'm like grazing and hitting the sides of the trees there with my handlebars. I'm gonna need some new bike grips here shortly. Actually, I need them right now. They're all ripped up from hitting stuff. I got pretty long handlebars on all my bikes. I got the 800 millimeter. Really should be riding like 760, but I feel I'm more balanced because it's like you're walking a tightrope. You know how I have a tightrope walker has that little stick they hold out to balance themselves. That's what it feels like. So I have very good control. But there's a caveat to it. If you try to go through tight spaces, you could hit your handlebars on stuff. I hit them all the time. You just can't see. I can recover easily. I hit the side, pop, and then I just jerk it back to the side, get around it real quick. I've never fallen down by hitting something, but I might rest my hand on a tree or something just to get around it. There's a few down trees here, and we're just about down. This will take quite a while. It also takes a toll on your arms a little bit. I'm getting tired just because it's so steep, and I'm locking my arms out, so it's like you're doing a plank, as they call it. And so I don't know where I'm going, or I don't know what's ahead. I know I'm going, but I don't know what's ahead because I've never ridden here. See, right here, I had to stop because it's so narrow, and you'll fall right off. There's no spinning around that one. Really quick. That part right there. And this is narrow. This is tight. And so, like I said, I have more balance when I ride faster. And so I try to just speed up, even though it's narrow. I know I'll make it through. But if I go slow, there's a good chance I'll fall over to the right. And I am leaning myself to the left more. I'm positioning my weight. And off in the distance, you can't really see it, but on my camera mount, but I can see the lake off in the distance, so I'm getting excited. But here's a really chunky section here with like stairs, like giant stairs going down. You can't tell by the GoPro the depth, but it's like boom, boom, boom. It's like I'm walking down the stairs, sliding over the rocks, getting slippery and wet because there's some waterfall, or I wouldn't call it waterfalls, but little miniature waterfall, little rapids, and you can feel the mist coming off. It's almost like a tropical rainforest down here. Very surreal, very nice. I'll put the pictures on Strava, or if you're on Facebook or something, I'll post those to the West Virginia page. Let's see those rocks right there. I should be walking this, but I'm barreling through gigantic rocks. And but here we go. We're almost to the bottom. You see the lake coming to view. This is very harsh. You see the water up there. But I'm making it through. Zeb is doing a great job absorbing the shock here. I'm riding the brakes a little bit because you have to. The rocks are slippery. Matter of fact, on the way back up, I had to walk it like halfway because there's no way. You can't tell how steep it is, but it's a nice little grade there. But here we go, and in the video, you'll see that last clip of the drone. This is where the beach is. This is the Cheat Lake Beach. You can see the tire swing. A lot of people come down here, hikers, and swim here and whatnot. So, and there you have it. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this, please subscribe. The next one we'll see is probably Cacapon State Forest, and then also Ravens Rock. See you later.